take a moment to briefly explain record ownership. This is an idea that a lot of you might not be familiar with, but many of you have probably encountered this error. You're trying to edit a record and you see this error: insufficient access rights on object ID. So you're getting this error because Salesforce is saying you do not have permission to edit this record because you don't own this record. So what does it mean to own? Well, take a look at this lead, Wilson Madeo. Wilson is owned by Luca. So that means that only the Luca user can edit all of this information. And as you can see here, I'm logged into Bujacera. So Bujacera cannot edit any of the information on here. We do this in order to make sure our data is secure, because Bujacera shouldn't have any reason to edit the leads of Luca. And you can take this example across the system. Bujacera should also not be editing Luca's opportunities, Luca's accounts, Luca's cases. The point is we have made it so that a district can only edit the records that it owns. So you might be wondering at this point, how does Salesforce decide who owns a record? Well, the answer is whoever entered that lead, opportunity, or account or case in the system is the owner. So let's go take a look here. So this is the example of a lead that Bujacera owns. You can see it was created by Bujacera. So Salesforce assumes if Bujacera created this lead, then Bujacera is the only login that should be editing this lead. If I switched, so see right now, I could edit, no problem. But if I went to, as we saw, another lead, I wouldn't be able to. Now, if I convert this lead, which this lead is converted, then the opportunity that I create, the account that I create, and the contact that I create are all also owned by Bujacera, right? If Luca converts this client, then Luca would own all of the opportunities. It would, if it created a project, it would own the project. I can keep going through examples, but you can see for yourself if you go to different opportunities. So let's log out of Bujacera for a moment. We're going to log back in as the admin. And let's look at some examples. So this opportunity is owned by Nyabihu. So it was entered by Nyabihu, excuse me. So it's going to be owned by Nyabihu. If we go to the project, if we scroll down, we can see under system information that this is owned by Nyabihu, right? So if you go to any record, you can see if you're getting that error where it says insufficient rights, then see who owns this record and which account am I logged into. So if you're one of our users that accesses multiple accounts, then you are going to have to make sure you're in the right account when you're editing data, or Salesforce is going to stop you. Now, I, as the admin, can switch ownership. So if there's data you think you should own that you don't own, contact the systems team, and I will go here and I can change the owner. So I hope that I've better explained what record ownership is, but more importantly, the fact that if a particular user enters data in the system, only that user can edit or change that data. You cannot just edit data from whatever account that you are currently logged into. And this helps provide increased security.